I'm here with Alex Solis, none other than the great Alex, okay? Now, I've known him for a few years and I want to just see what his mind is telling him where relationships is concerned. Now, I had a previous show where I went through, things that men said on first dates. And one of the things that cringes me a whole lot is pretty much when a man would ask you, can you cook? Can you clean? And I'm like, is this guy looking for a maid or something? I'm like, you probably need to go Google a maid quickly, okay? So that was one of my thing there. I was like really, really against. So I want to ask Alex. Alex, welcome to the channel.
Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. And I want to just make sure, what is your idea of first date? What are the first few questions that you ask a female when you go on a first date with her?
Definitely a loaded question. I'm going to answer it a little step by step.
That's fine.
So ideal first dates. This is very important, right? So it all depends on the situation, on how you meet the individual, depends on different levels of standard, right? But all across the board, what you really want to do is you want to get to know the person, right? On the first
That's
date.
right.
The most that you can, there's a mentality out there that people have these type of expectations or whatnot. But in reality, if you're looking for someone to be that person that you want to kind of weed out to see which person will benefit you in the long term, right? If you're looking for a long-term relationship, you want to kind of take it easy. Don't, as men, right? We cannot be desperate, right, for attention or whatnot. You don't want to be creepy. So what you want to do,
Right.
This is the reality. So you want to be normal. You want to be yourself, and you want to project something that makes you authentic, right? Because authenticity right now is lost in our society. I think it's one of the biggest issues that we have, right? Because the way that we see it, and everyone's like, "Oh, dating in 2024 is terrible." It is.
I know.
Due to the rise of social media and whatnot, but whatever the case is, right? The first date has to be kind of that springboard into what's next, or what can I really feel about that person, right? Am I gonna make a connection? Is this person worth my time? This time is investment, of course, and you don't want to burn that time.
Right, that's good.
So that's the focus, right, on a healthy relationship. Now, if you're just looking to do whatever you want to do, you can go whatever route you want. I'm not going to help you. I'm not here for that, right? We have enough of that already.
That's true.
But some of the things that you want to ask on the first date is basically background questions, right? Because if you really study people, who they are on social media is actually, like if you go to their social media account, their pages, that gives you a glimpse of who they actually are, right? And there's no line on that, right? You see a lot through that, right? But one of the other things that we lost, right, in this digital age is that person-to-person kind of connection, right? And what do I mean by that, right, is, for example, the way that a man or a woman treats those around them, right? Especially their parents, their siblings, or whoever it may be that's close to them, that kind of gives you a reflection on how you're going to be treated. So
that's right.
You want to make exploratory kind of questions like, kind of like, hey, so what type of things are you into? What are some of the things that motivate you? What drives you? What are some of your goals? Depending on how the conversation is going, of course.
I like that.
Yeah, so you have to, and again, the reasons for your dating, if the reason is for a healthy long-term relationship, then you want to start getting to know what makes them who they are, right? And that's the goal, right? And a lot of people have this mentality, I want to score, right? Or I want to see where this is going to lead to. If there's a physical attraction there, right? And obviously it's there. That's why both parties accept the invitation, right? So once you bypass that, hey, listen, this person is giving me their time because they feel a sense of security by spending time with you alone. That kind of should give you the mindset is, okay, I took my first step, right? Next step, again, is getting to kind of know the person, right? And there's many different ways to figure that out, right? One of the things that I tell people, men my age, is take everything with calmness, right?
You have to.
And let things flow naturally. If you're going to engage in a great conversation, let that happen. Let both of you be it. But if one party is disinterested, the other one is not really into it, whatnot, that just gives you a sign that there's really nothing there.
But that brings me to my next question. And what are the stuff that you don't do? Things like it's a no on a first date. What are those things? Because I know I have a lot of red flags when I see and I want to date and like the guy didn't want to pay or, you know, some crap. Or like, come on.
Right.
Why would you go on a date and can't pay for the food? So give me like, you know, one or two things that you think it's a no on the first date.
Right. So is actually knowing. So I'm a type of person actually. Is knowing the psychology of what you're getting yourself involved in, right? So for example, I'm a traditional, right, and I'm mixed with a little bit of modernism. Don't get me wrong, right? I'm not an old-fashioned type guy per se. I mean, you know, of course, it's 2024. I'm a little bit.
A little jazz, a little thing.
You know, one of the things is, for example, who pays, right? I'm under the belief as a man, and the way that I was brought up, and books and things that I've learned and I studied, right, is you have to be a provider. That means that
I agree with that. Ladies.
If you're a man, you have to pay. And because, you know, one of the biggest things that really kind of lowers your aura as a man is if the woman has to pay, right?
Right.
That really, I could just picture some of the gurus I used to listen to, their thoughts on that, but I'm not graphic and I'm a person that respects.
Okay.
But basically, that is a big no-no, right? If you think that you're going to split the bill 50-50, you're not going to really impress the woman. She's going to just be she's going to push back and she's like, I don't know, like this is not a good look, right? But if as a man, you want to work hard, so I tell men, we all need to work hard. We all need to have our money. We all need to have our lives organized. Everything straight, from going to the gym, from exercising, from having a good financial management, to being able to date. Like, because you need to have money to date.
You need to have money to date at least.
You just can't. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, because there's people in other countries that have less resources and they date anyway. They have children.
Yes.
But here in America, it's different. You have that option, right? In Western countries as well, you have that option in which you have to make a name for yourself, right? You have to be financially responsible. So when you go on a date and you're doing the invitation, you have to pay.
You gotta pay.
Gotta pay.
I agree with you.
No nos. You're gonna really turn them on.
That's one red flag. I'm like, okay, that's it. The dinner's over.
Exactly, right? You see, how
It's
does
over.
How does that make you feel, right? And listen, I'm not pro woman. Don't get me wrong. If you're a guy out there, you listen to me. I'm not saying be a simp or anything like that. No, it's just having that tradition in which you as a man you have to be a provider.
Definitely.
No doubt about it.
Thank you so much. You have another one? Go ahead.
I do. One of the other no-nos is do not have any expectations.
Oh, thank God for that one. Yes.
This is kind of the bigger, and I'm just gonna get into something else apart with that answer is you cannot go in there with an expectation that you're gonna sleep with them, right? If you do, that may not be the one before. Just letting you know that, right? If that does happen, you just have to be careful.
Don't forget those people who get married on the first date and sleep with each other and you're fine, because you have those up there.
That's to me, that's insane.
Amen to them.
That is insane. I don't know. Yeah, people that do that,
I
that's their
know.
cup of tea. I don't recommend anyone do that. Just please. It's a big no. But you can't go into a first date thinking that you're going to take a woman to bed. If you have the mentality, it's going to be a disaster. Because women have the sense they can sense that. So a woman can sense that, and if they sense that kind of that pressure, the expectations that you have, you know, the date's it's over.
Right.
You know, a real woman's just gonna end the date right there, or they're gonna
Definitely.
be disinterested in you for the whole night. You have to let things flow, because as a man, once you conduct yourself in a way in which you're respectful, that you that they find out who you are, that you have an authenticity to, and that you're a good guy, you're a hard worker.
Of course.
You know, you do what you have to do as a man, as far as, you know, if, like in my case, I'm divorced, but I love my children. Anything that they're involved in, their big events or anything, I'm there. Right? Because I'm a loving father, right?
Good.
And trust me, guys,
We want more men like that, okay? We do.
And these women would see that, and actually, believe it or not, women actually fall in love with things like that, on how you treat others.
Yes,
because
we do.
they're gonna say, I love the way he treats others, because that's the way I'm gonna be treated by him.
Exactly.
And I'm telling you right now, that just really turns a woman on, right?
I know.
And how you are with your family, how you are with your loved ones, and how you drive on the road.
Of course.
That's it. That's another thing. No. Do not have road rage. If you have road rage, hide it in. Don't show it.
That's gonna be. I'm gonna say, hold on. Is this guy gonna start shouting at me?
Exactly.
That's the first thing I'm gonna start thinking.
Right, because you show yourself off as a man that cannot control their emotion. If you can't control your emotion, I'm not telling you to be a weak man or a punk. I'm telling you to do that, because there's time where if you have to defend yourself, you have to defend the person you're with. You're gonna have to do that. I'm not telling you not to be a man. You need to be a man, but you need to be in control of your emotions, because in reality, they're trusting you in their time, their effort, and their safety, because we're responsible for that, right? As a man, so you want to make sure that they feel comfortable, that they feel safe around you.
Amen.
So these are things that will turn a woman on later on, and they would say, wow, this guy is really a good guy. You know, obviously, if you have faith, that's a massive plus, right? Because one of the things that we see in a lot is infidelities, or just not a respect between two partners, right? And I'm not even talking about marriage, even as boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatnot. And the reason why we see this, because there's no more moralistic standard, right? If you hold on to faith, right? As far as me, I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in the Lord. I believe in God. And what happens is that you have a moral accountability, right? Not towards the Bible, like I have to follow these rules in the Bible. No, the Bible and the Lord will transform your heart, so that you honor God. So when you're involved in situations where you can be unfaithful, that moralistic standard detains you from doing those things. So that's a plus as well. You know, we live in a society where basically America mocks God, right? And I believe we need to get back to those traditional values to find good relationships.
Amen.
Faith
Amen.
is a must.
Ladies, this is your guy right here, okay? So he's single, divorced, awesome so far. So I'm just saying, if you're out there and you're single as well and looking for somebody, Alex is gonna be your guy.
That's right. Call me. No.
But again, I want to thank you so much, Alex. It's been a pleasure for you to even come down and sit with us and just have a conversation. And I'm gonna say to you, ladies, I'm gonna say to you, men, let's make sure that you just do the right thing on a first date. Because at the end of the day, I know we all try to impress each other, but at the end of the day, when 6 months pass, then all of your true colors come through, and then everything go down the drain. So again, let's tune in for another time with me for the Love Guru. And again, just remember that this is going to be your guide to better relationships. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or any topics that you want me to do, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll try my best to get to all of them if I can. And just remember that, you know, this is Love Guru, and this is going to be your guide to better relationships. Thank you. See you in the next video.